Hello. Is one allowed to ride a bike on Shabbat? We found a machloket in that. There's few concerns that we need to pay attention to. First of all, the place must have eruv. It's a gated place, or it has a valid kosher eruv. If it is, the second concern, is there any isur involved in that of riding a bicycle on Shabbat? Well, the Shay writes in Raf Pe'alim, Chelek Aleph, that it's permitted. He lists over there a long tshuva with the concerns, and he ends up saying that since Chazal didn't restrict riding bicycles or anything alike at their time, no one after Chazal, after the Gemara, was sealed, has the right to be gozer, to make a new decree to say that such a thing should be a violation of Shabbat or not be permitted, and therefore the Shay writes that it's permitted. But all the poskim that came after him didn't agree with his psak, and they said that it's asur. Some wanted to say that it's asur because we're afraid that one might ride outside the tchum. Going outside the tchum is a violation of Torah. That is the opinion of the Kaf HaChaim. Some say that it's asur because you might come to fix the bike if you have a flat tire, something goes wrong, the wheel gets a little bit crooked, so you have to fix it. All those things would be a violation of boneh. Fixing on Shabbat is a violation of Torah. So therefore, we're afraid that one, while riding, will come to fix the bike if it gets broken in any way. Also, that would be the opinion of the Askilavdi, of Ovadia Hadaya and others. Chacham Ovadia brings that as well, and he says that with the same idea of the Ben Ish Chai, that since Chazal never made such a decree, such a gzerah, to say that it's restricted because might happen, this might happen, so therefore it is permitted. Others wanted to give different concerns, and lemaise, most of the poskim agreed that the reason it's asur is because it's uvdin dechol or zilzul Shabbat, which means it's degrading the Shabbat, it's doing something that usually is done on a weekday, and something that usually is done on a weekday and not on Shabbat. If you do it on Shabbat, it's called uvdin dechol and it's not permitted. And this is what the majority of the poskim agreed to be the reason that it's asur. Lemaaseh, one should not ride a bicycle for all the reasons we listed and the fact that we said that it's a zilzul Shabbat. But that doesn't apply to little children. Children that are under bar mitzvah are allowed to ride a bike as long as they're riding in a place that has a roof. The poskim permitted riding bike. How about those skateboards or the wheels that they have which they ride with? That's also something that should be avoided according to majority of poskim. But the Or Letzion writes that those wheels that they have under the shoes and they ride with them on the street, that is permitted. So lemaisa, we found a machloket in that as well. If one wants to permit such a thing, he could rely on the Or Letzion, and that you don't have to go into a place that has an eruv, because that is part of your shoes, that part of your levush, the way you are dressed, and therefore such a thing, if you hold like the Or Letzion that it's permitted, it will be permitted any place.